money. And I was working 2 jobs. So I was from
And you were
6,
17 or?
17. 6, I think I started 16, 17. But that's one of the reasons why I didn't go
Legally
back.
making all that money.
Yeah, legally.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to, it was time to go back to school for my 11th grade. And I was like, this doesn't make any sense. I can't do this. Like, I'm going to lose like $8,000 or $4,000 a week or something like that. I'm like,
You were just making crazy money.
yeah. So I was from 6 a.m. to 2, I was working as an audio visual tech for the conference center. And then I would take a break from 2 to 2:30, eat lunch there at Bay Point. They had the greatest fries and club sandwiches. That's what I would have. Big shocker there, right, babe? And then from 2:30 to like 10, I was the bellman where they.
And you were hustling.
Oh man,
You were working it.
I had cards.
Yes.
Yeah.
You were working it.
Yeah, I was people's personal concierge service.
And that's where, like, one of the Shaws of somewhere came. I mean, that's where all the very, very, very wealthy people came.
Yeah.
And
I mean, your tip was like $100 bill.
Yeah.
At a time.
Yeah, because you had a lot of hundreds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was making, collectively, I was making like $4,000 a week as a 17-year-old.
I wonder why you still wanted to go in the military making that kind of money that you
I'm
did.
going to tell you.
Okay.
Oh, it's a good question you have.
It's a great question there you got there. I'll tell you. So I all that was going on, and you know, if anybody knows about Panama City, at least during that time, I looked around and I had like this vision of like 10, 20, 30 years later doing the same shit. And maybe my mother's spirit was in me, but I panicked. I absolutely panicked, and I was like, oh shit, this is going to be my life. This is it. I'm 17 and I've peaked. Well, it's ridiculous to say, but you know what I mean? Like,
I know.
I'm
There's
like,
not a lot of opportunity there unless you're.
now, would I have done well if I stayed? Sure, I would have leveled up and done well, and I would have been, you know, a
Maybe gotten your real estate license
Yeah, exactly.
or started a media
Yeah.
company or something.
I would have been a Panama City beach tycoon.
Yeah.
You know, 100%. I was on
Yeah.
track.
Yeah.
But I was like, there has to be more. And growing up, moving all over the United States and doing what we did, I panicked. And I was like, this can't be it for me. You know, and before Shannon and I broke up, I'm like, we were together and we were talking about being more serious. And I was like, now what? I'm just going to be.
Ratchet up the panic.
Yeah, I'm just going to I'm going to be a Panama City person now and just live here. And married kids and make money. And this is my life. And so I call it, I hit the nuclear option. I just blew it all up. You know, quit the jobs, moved out of my house, moved in with my grandmother. And so anyways, before I did all that, I went to the recruiter and said, hey, I'm going to join the military. That was my option. I was like, well, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go live a life of adventure. I'm going to go travel and see the world and all the stuff that they, you know, will pay you to travel. It's a life of adventure, all the stuff they sell you on. And, but then they told me no. The recruiter's like, no, I'm not. You're a felon. You're a dropout. You're a druggie. You were in a gang. You have a whole long rap sheet. There's a million things that you put me on medicine at one point.
I was trying, but you know what?
No, I'm not judging. I'm just saying that was another roadblock.
It was a kind of Ritalin.
Well, Butrin or something like that.
Which is a kind of.
Which made me like super violent. And
I
angry.
remember the moment in the car, and you only took them for like 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember you putting your hands on the dash of the car and going, Mom, whatever this is just makes me really angry. And I'm like, okay, that's how we tried that.
I feel it in my hands.
Yeah. So
I didn't go, well, let's just try it for a couple weeks, son.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
so
right, done.
But because of that was another roadblock, because anytime you get on any sort of, I guess at the time, I don't know if it's still an ADHD medication.
I had to go tell, I remember going to tell him, it was me, it was the wrong medicine, it was my fault.
Yeah. So, which now is crazy. They push that stuff on kids like it's like Tic Tacs.
I know.
Kids like, man, I have a lot of energy, and they're like, ADHD.
Medicate that kid.
He's too hyper.